What we're going to talk about today is aliens and UFOs. Fucking aliens. Alright. Basically, I've been into the subject my whole life. Ever since I was in Nepal, I've always believed in UFOs. I've always believed that we're not just the only ones. I mean, let's face it, out of all of these fucking solar systems and galaxies, and, you know what I mean? There's got to be, man. There's got to be. There was an actual thing called the Drake equation, and that was some fucking professor or something, and he had fucking basically done some mathematical equation, and basically he said fucking back in them days, like, saying that it's just impossible, it's more or less impossible that they'll not be other life. There's got to be, man. I mean, they can't just be us, man. You know, and over the years, pop culture, things like Roswell and stuff like that, that's just fucking massively highlighted this, like, the situation of it. A lot of people think that Roswell was just an air balloon. Do you know what I mean? But if it wasn't for the fact that the Americans actually fucking, the army basically told the public when they recovered it, what happened? They were that excited that they had fucking found it, they couldn't wait to tell the world. So they basically told the world that they had fucking found it, saying that they had moved it to Wright Field, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, and fucking a couple of days later they fucking changed their mind. Like, oh no, it wasn't a fucking flying disc, it was a fucking a weather balloon. It's like, fuck off, man. There was a guy called Jesse Marcel. He was pictured, the famous fucking police officer who was pictured like holding the tinfoil stuff, smiling, and you know what I mean? Fucking just, even his own son nowadays says, look, my dad fucking said what it was fucking aliens, it was UFOs, it was fucking all of the above. But the people, you know, like they keep getting told off the fucking American government that oh, there's no such thing, and you know, the people know all this technology hasn't came from somewhere. You know, we've gone from being fucking cavemen, fucking, you know, like hunting and gathering in fields and shit, to having satellites up in space and fucking, you know what I mean, like quantum fucking satellites and shit like that, like what the Chinese have got now, that new quantum satellite, but you know, it's all like fucking made from fucking crystals and shit like that. And, you know, like, just all this technology just doesn't fucking come from nowhere. We're getting it from somewhere, man. There was a massive fucking boost even in the 70s. You know, like, they got the fucking craft in 1947 from Roswell, and within 20 years they had stuff like fucking, you know what I mean, infrared and the transistor fucking fuses and shit like that, microwave technology, all this, you know, like, it's all from that. And if anyone fucking thinks it's not, they're fucking thick. Thick as fucking pig shit. I mean, let's face it, there's been sightings all over. I mean, Britain, we had our own Roswell called Rendlesham Forest. That was funny enough, that was at an American air base as well. It's always fucking got the Americans involved in it for some reason. But there was a couple of guys who actually fucking physically walked up to the spaceship there, little triangle spaceship. One of the guys was called Colonel Holt. I think he was called Colonel Holt. And there was another soldier called Jim Penniston. And there was another soldier, I can't remember his name, but basically one of these guys touched this craft and it done something in his brain, you know, like set like a fucking, he described it as having loads of zeros and ones in his brain, and everybody knows zeros and ones, that's binary code. So I mean, if an alien's gonna come to our fucking planet and they don't know how to speak our language, one language we would understand completely is mathematics. You know what I mean? And we've done it ourselves. We've sent out a signal, like a gold disc, what NASA sent out in the 70s or the 80s. Carl Sagan had a lot to do with it. In fact, Carl Sagan, his fucking son, is actually on the disc saying welcome to planet Earth, and they actually did stuff on there, I think, with binary. So I think that's why this UFO communicated to these soldiers in Rendlesham Forest in that way, because it's a way they knew they would understand, you know. But I mean, my girlfriend, she's seen a UFO when she was younger, and I used to be a furniture removal man, and me and my work colleague, we were coming back from London. I'd been on a job in London, and we were driving past Leeds, and I seen this massive fucking, the only way to describe it is like a bubble. It looked like a bubble, but you could like see through it, but it was like colours to it as well, like blues, and you know, like a bit like a bubble basically. And I like looked at it, and I went to like turn to my pal to say, "Have you fucking seen that in the sky?" And when I looked, he went, "Fucking hell, you seen that?" And then literally about 5 seconds later, it was just fucking gone. I mean, the sky was quite clear as well. It was like a lovely blue day, nice hot summer's day. So you know, you could see for miles, but we didn't even see where this thing went to. And it wasn't like ball lightning, what everyone fucking says, "Oh, it would have been ball lightning." It's like, fuck off, man, that wasn't ball lightning. What we seen was fucking strange. But you know, there's different types of sightings. The one that my girlfriend seen when she was little, she just says it was like a white light, just fucking fast as fuck, just flew over the top of her head. And a couple of years ago, me and her was watching BBC North East News, and there was actually a sighting on the news, and then the next day the news actually covered it, saying, "Did anyone see this? It flew through a bridge, the Newcastle Tyne Bridge." Well, it was the Millennium Bridge, the white bridge. It actually flew straight through the gaps in the bridge. It looked like a tiny white ball, and as soon as my girlfriend seen it, she went, "That's what I seen. That's exactly what I seen." You can actually go online on YouTube and type in BBC North East Newcastle UFO sighting, and you'll see it on there. I think it was a guy called Colin Briggs, I think he's called. He was actually the anchor. But like I say, it's people have been describing for years, you know what I mean? Like even in the olden days they used to describe. But I believe that when aliens come down and communicated with people didn't realise what they were. At the time they probably thought they were angels and stuff like that, so that's why a lot of people like depict aliens like relate them with angels. I mean, these basically what the people are trying to say is, look, these beings come down, communicated, gave us advice, gave us help, taught us things, but they also had the power of flight. So I think that's why they like indicated, like, you know, like they drew pictures of angels with wings on their back. But I mean, let's face it, if someone's got wings on their back, they would have to be massive, you know, like fucking fly, because just the weight of a human, like a body with wings on their back, you know, as you're trying to create a lift, the weight would be like having you come down sort of thing, you know. But everyone always thinks that aliens is going to be like landing on the White House lawn, you know, and get out and everyone's going to go, right, that's it, aliens exist, let's get on with life. It's, in reality, when it actually does happen, it's, you know, it's going to fucking shatter a lot of people's like beliefs. It's going to turn religion on its head. Already they've started like coming out with disclosure, I think, over like just even the past couple of years itself, you know, like they've been admitting it, like the one with the Tic Tac UFO and stuff like that. I think the American government was expecting everyone to be like, whoa, aliens are real, but you know, nowadays, well, everybody knows. We've been waiting that long for them to turn around and tell us that it's real. Now it's like the wow factor's gone. Everybody knows they're real, so I didn't think they got the result they were expecting, you know, like they were, I think they would have been a bit shocked that people weren't surprised, you know. But like I say, it's never going to fucking just be landing on the White House lawn. They need to basically come out with it soon, I think. The sooner they come out with it, it's going to settle a lot of world wars and shit like that, you know. I mean, fucking, that's the main basis of like all these wars in the world anyway, is over religion, you know. And imagine if the whole world realised that aliens were real, how we might just come together, you know. This is something we're going to have to fucking find out. I know Tom DeLonge, he keeps saying, oh, coming soon, good news coming soon and shit like that. I think he's full of shit, Tom DeLonge. But it's a waiting game, innit? And let's face it, fucking waited this long, so I'm sure we can wait a little bit longer. I can't, but fucking anyway, I hope you like the video. Like it, share, subscribe. I would like some comments, because nobody ever fucking comments, so I just want to know what other people think. Drop us a comment in the comment box. Maybe debate us, tell us I'm fucking talking shit. Fucking do what you want. Anyway, see you later.